The World Bank has approved 2 financing facilities of $2.25 billion for Nigeria to support the federal government's effort to stabilize the economy. You know why I'm laughing? It's not funny. To support the economy. Is it the money that will come in from the front door and through the back door enter into the pockets of our corrupt politicians in the corridors of power? The approval was announced in a statement entitled Supporting Nigerians' Homegrown Reforms. It's not Nigerians' homegrown reforms, it is the politicians' pocket reforms. Because at the end of the day, it's not even up to 2% out of 100 or 1% that we get to the average masses. 98 or even 99.99 of this $2.25 billion will end up in the bank accounts, foreign bank accounts of the politicians, because that has always been the case. New World Bank financing, inclusive growth and revenue diversification. The statement said the World Bank has today approved 2 operationals, $1.5 billion for the Nigerian Reforms for Economic Stabilization to Enable Transformation, Research Development Policy Financing Program, DPF, and $750 million for the Nigerian Accelerating Resources Mobilization Reforms AMO program for results. This combined $2.25 billion package provides immediate financial and technical support to Nigerians' urgent efforts to stabilize the economy and scale up support to the poor and most economically at risk. Truth be told, the people in the corridors of power, they have no concern, they have no plan of elevating the poor. They have no any plan of elevating the people that are economically at risk. The only government in Nigeria that is doing that is the Abia State governor. It is very clear. Every other governor, they are just there to represent their own interests, their oligarchies and their caucus. Nothing more and nothing less. It further supports Nigerians' ambitious multi-year effort to raise non-oil revenues and safeguard oil revenues to promote fiscal sustainability and provide sufficient resources to deliver quality public services. Nigeria has never had any plan on touching infrastructures. If you check Nigeria, most of the infrastructures you see today, majority of them are built during the pre-colonial era. Even with all this money they are borrowing, they have never invested in infrastructure the way it's supposed to be. They have never invested money they are borrowing in order for them to elevate the poor masses or for them to elevate the ones that are economically at risk. And truth be told, the World Bank, the IMF, they are borrowing Nigeria money because Nigeria have a whole lot to offer them. Because if not, upon all the debt Nigeria is owing, be it World Bank, be it IMF or anybody, is it not enough for them to stop borrowing them? But because it is about interest, even the World Bank has interest in Nigeria, IMF have interest in Nigeria, all these people that are borrowing Nigeria money, they all have interest. So it is a game of interest. So borrowing of this money is equally a way for them to have a say in Nigeria, for them to control the government, for them to control the policy, for them to control the economy, for them to control Nigerian people. So it is not surprising, yes, because it's a game of interest. Even life itself is a game of interest, but sometimes you need to balance it. But on the side of World Bank, IMF, or all these creditors, they don't really care about Nigeria or Nigerians. All they care is their interest and how and what can they do to achieve their interest to the detriment of the average Nigerians. Yes, because at the end of the day, these $2.25 billion will end up at the pocket of the politicians. The World Bank themselves know it. It's not like they don't know it. Yes, because the ones they have borrowed in the past, which projects have they done with it? If you're borrowing somebody money, at least to some extent, don't you have right to equally ask them if they are implementing it for what they borrowed it for, if you don't have a personal interest? Yes, but we see what is going on all over Africa, not just Nigeria. They borrow only where they have interest, so they can have a say, manipulate, control the policies in those countries and the politicians, and you know the way it is.